Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are doing a Halloween build because it is only 2 days away from Halloween, and of course it's the perfect time to do a spooky build. So we are doing a Cathedral of Shadows because it had to have an epic name, and obviously because we're in Forgotten Hollow and it's spooky, we are in the shadows. And that is our theme, so we're gonna build it a little bit differently. We're working from the actual like porch entrance ways that normally places like this have, and it's a bit over the top kind of build, but it has some spooky bits to it. Obviously uses a lot of vampire stuff and other related stranger feel as well for the windows and stuff like that. So it is the perfect spooky build, and because it's in Forgotten Hollow it might look a little bit different if you placed it anywhere else, because it has the different lighting. So it might look a little bit different, but it's supposed to look dark and spooky. And we also got announced last week that we're getting a new snow expansion pack, which was a bit random, and it looks like it has like Japanese stuff in it, and I'm just like, okay, like how is this gonna fit together? I'm very intrigued because I'm pre-recording this because I would have just got back from Edinburgh and the spooky place. So I actually haven't watched the live stream yet, so hopefully it comes with a lot of fun travel stuff, kind of like the world adventure type of thing, like a bit like a cross between jungle adventure and what we had in The Sims 3 that I didn't personally have, where you get to go on vacation to different places, which they should have just done in the first place, to be honest. But I never had like the snowboard stuff. I know you could get like the half pipe and stuff like that in Sims 1, which was pretty epic. But I would be interested to see if the Sims actually use a snowboard as like transport. I imagine that's what they're gonna do, which would be a bit strange, but there we go. It is The Sims, and oh, I'm so tired, so tired today. It's a long week, and it's only Tuesday when I'm recording this. So let's get back to the build. So we have lots of turrets and places because obviously I wanted to make it look as though it was somewhat cathedral-like, as building an actual cathedral in The Sims would be a little bit of a task to do. And using the get together windows, because they have the little bits of stained glass. I really wish they had like full stained glass windows that we could use for these builds, because making an actual church or cathedral would look a lot more epic if you had full stained glass windows. Oh my god, that would be so cool. And then with the roof, I was trying to make it look extremely epic, so we've got all different like layers intersecting each other, and it just gets more and more elaborate the more we put on there. So we're gonna add the little spiky turrets as well up here, and some of the like roof detailing bits that are like walls, fake walls and stuff like that. I didn't want to have like this dome kind of thing, but it just was not working out, so we got the little spires in between, and later on we actually cut open the roof because it's like 4 floors high, and you can actually see all the mess inside. I wish it looked a lot prettier than it actually does, but oh well. It's the best we can do. Building it in Minecraft would probably be easier and a lot more fun because we actually have stained glass. Ah, Minecraft builds. Should Minecraft is sort of back, I think. And then adding in extra bits and pieces as well, because obviously the more detailed this build is, the better. And the actual inside of this build isn't overly detailed. There's definitely room to put extra bits and pieces depending on what you wanted to use this build for. And it's already on the gallery, already raring to go. And I actually did the back like separately because like copying everything that I did on the front was a little bit of a pain, and using the little broken, the like mucky, distressed looking stone work for this build was obviously a must, because if you're doing spooky vampire builds, you have to use all the distressed looking things. So I wanted to make like little like fences all the way around and balconies and different places that you could pop out. So we kind of got this little like sticking out area that is used as a balcony, and then there's going to be some like ones up the top that you can't actually get out on, but they're more decorative pieces. We're also going to have some like, it's not very hidden, but there's going to be a thing around the back here as well to make it a little bit more spooky and vampire-y. 'Tis the season for the spooks and vampires, because obviously I feel like it's the only appropriate time of the year to build like a vampire thing, even though I always forget to play with vampires in the game, which is a little sad because I do like playing with them when I do, because I normally do some really weird stuff like kidnap Sims and enslave them and stuff like that, because obviously that's what you do with your vampires. Just hypnotize them and then make them into your household, bear your child, and there we have it. Secret hidden passageways below the house, or creepy stuff like that. So we now have like the fully fledged build, and we're going to work a bit on the landscaping outside. So we have a pathway all the way, like 3 sides of the build, so you can get all the way around, and it's kind of the front, like the side technically entrance is supposed to be like the main entrance, and then we've got the graveyard and stuff around it as well, because I wanted to use the lot that Vlad is on, because it has the graveyard, it has like the driveway as well, so I kind of wanted to incorporate that into the actual lot, because I wish they would just include some of the front bits so we could like build with the actual like a bit more of the landscape. But obviously we got dead bushes, dead trees everywhere, a little bit of greenery as well, because there would be some, and obviously bits and pieces growing over the pathway, and some of the like mossy bits and dandelions and weeds and stuff growing up just to make it look extra spooky. And we're also using the 2 different versions of the brickwork from vampires as well, because you have to have one that's like slightly mucky, but they're like the same texture. They've got a few little different colours in there. One's a bit more grey and one's got a bit more of the like red colours in there. So it looks as though we have some texture, obviously some vines and like dead things growing all over the place, because it makes it look spookier and fit in with what we're going for. And we've got some gargoyles and all types of stuff like that on the outside. And then on the inside we have this main hallway, well, like the main part of the cathedral, which has all the seats. We also put a little like a rug down the middle using carpet, so it has like, I can't remember what it is actually called, but then it goes down to like an altar area that has like a book that's open and like an urn on top of the I can't remember what it's called. Oh, so not with it today. So not with it. But we have like some spooky stuff in here as well, because I pop in a few of the statues that are on plinths. So we have like the woman, and I think we have some of the beasts and stuff as well. We also pop a few bits and pieces in the actual alcove, like the tower areas, so it has some spooky stuff. And we have a font as well in one of them, so you can go baptize people with some holy water, spray it on some vampires, keep them away. But I thought this was kind of a grand space to have our little altar area. I wish they had like a bigger table that looked that similar shape that I could put there, so it looked fitted the space a little bit better. But it kind of does. And I was kind of flicking through here, we don't really have that many like churchy, like old style stuff that you could pop into a build, which is slightly disappointing. The movie like Get Famous is kind of good for this as well, because there's a few bits and pieces. I think like the pirate chandelier that has like the lighting and stuff was nice to use in here, like scaling it up and hanging it from the ceiling. Obviously we've got tapestries and stuff up here and lots of candles, because it's also a lot darker inside as well to keep it eerie. And we have all the vampire like posts and columns as well, just to add to the atmosphere. And then we've got these big, I think they're like torch burners from the castle stuff, the castle set, which go quite nicely in here. And then we have the stairways are kind of like split in two, so we've got these ones that wrap around that are stone, and the further we get up we go into wood, and then we get into a ladder as well to go up into the attic, which I haven't actually put anything in the attic area, but I thought it'd be quite fun if you wanted to put anything in there yourself. And then we have these like display cases that you can pop different things in, or there could be like different prayer books or something like that inside. And we have our font. I was debating putting some bits, like broken bits and pieces, but it kind of didn't fit because this cathedral is not exactly falling down, so it doesn't quite need that treatment. And using the little fountains with the water as the bit where you can get some holy water and bless yourself when you go in, I thought that'd be quite fun. And I think they like light up as well, so we'll get a little bit more lighting. And then putting in some more stone benches up here, and I actually remembered to put in the organ, so I really wanted to make like a big feature out of it, so I actually combined a load of them together and take up a whole like section of the top and the second area. So I kind of try and make it look as though it's built in, but I don't know how on earth it would be supported with just like one wall, which is a bit ridiculous. But we have this massive organ that you can imagine being played, some spooky sounds, spooky tunes on there, and trying to match the wood as well. I think the Sims should be able to play it, but imagine like all the Sims just trying to sit on there all at the same time would be slightly hilarious. Then we have some old books and stuff up here, like some ancient knowledge and stuff like that. A little bit like thinking like more along the lines of like a Bloodborne cathedral that has like a library as part of it as well. We also have like a bassinet in here as well, which is like a little bit creepy, so you can kind of get the vibes from this place. I also put in a coffin into the one of the landing areas, so there's like you could fly in to the top and go have a nap. And then there is another vampire area as well, which we'll do later on, but we could put in some more of the statues and bits and pieces up on the top as well. And that's when I actually found some more bits and pieces, like the candles in the bird cages, which I thought were quite creepy, so definitely had to put those upstairs as well because they are spooky. You could also probably add some of the Realm of Magic stuff in here, which I don't have, so that could add a little bit more Oh, that's where you get some of the stained glass windows as well, because they had a few more in there. I remember now. I remember now that they had stained glass, but the gameplay was so awful I didn't want it. And it's all Art Deco, so it's like, nah, you're alright. And then out the back here we have a little mausoleum entrance, so your Sims, if they're brave enough, can explore down into the depths underneath the cathedral and see what is waiting for them below. if they can survive coming back out and not being turned into a vampire. So we've got like a nice big 3 wide staircase down, and we're gonna make it as though it's all tucked away, kind of a very hidden place. We've got a nice big door as well, and then I thought I'd try and make it very creepy and overgrown down here. So we've got all like the dirt and the woods, the stone as well, and then we've got our 2 coffins, and we're gonna have a statue for one of the like lead vampire people in here as well. And I thought it'd be like extra creepy with the lighting, and it's just got like one lit candelabra that's somehow lit even though there's no one here. Then we've got some old tombstones as well, and some gargoyles that just add to the spookiness, and obviously we've got cobwebs and bits and pieces about just to add to the aesthetic. And then we're going to put some bushes and stuff in here, so everything is being overgrown and that no one is supposed to come down here because it is too spooky for them. And we have a little hanging lantern that kind of looks like maybe it's a gardener's, like the groundskeeper's like shed area, but secretly it is not. And then we are going to jump into our screenshots. So we have very spooky screenshots of the place and all the layout as well, so we can see all the different floors. The top floor has like nothing on it, so you can do whatever you want with the top floor, and then all the way down to the basement area, which is very spooky, and you kind of can get a little bit more of a better feel of how it actually looks with all the 4 floors and all the windows and stuff. So it's a very grand space and very interesting. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and I hope you have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.